Welcome back to Women's Strength and Bodybuilding, where we highlight beautiful and talented women who compete. My name is Mark, and this past weekend has been stacked with shows. We've got Natalia Abraham Coelho promoting women's physique at the Thai Pope Classic in Orlando, Florida, which is her home state, and she looks great. We've also got Michaela Aycock leaving Florida, which is her home state, to compete in the Lenda Murray Atlanta Pro, which is what we'll cover in this video. Keep an eye out for the coverage on the Thai Pope Classic. Some of the smaller shows aren't covered very well, and aside from the results, sometimes pictures and videos can be tough to find, but I'll do my best. Also, it's my birthday week, and between these shows and the Chicago Pro happening next weekend, happy birthday to me. So if you want to say happy birthday, do it by liking the video and subscribing so you stay in the loop about all these upcoming shows on the road to the 2023 Olympia, which is happening this year in Florida and less than 4 months away. We've got a ton to cover here. We all love Lenda Murray on this channel, and let's just say she didn't hold out on any divisions this year. This year we've got Women's Bodybuilding and Masters 40+, Women's Physique Open and Masters 40+, Figure Open and Masters 40+, Bikini Open and Masters 40+, Fitness Open and Masters 40+, and Wellness Open and Masters 40+. So 12 divisions in total. Since there's a lot to cover here, I'll be splitting this up into different videos. One for bodybuilding, which is this video, one for physique, and one for wellness, fitness, figure, and bikini combined. Okay, so let's get into women's open bodybuilding. And if you're just tuning in, it looks like there was some controversy going on in the women's open division. In first place was MayLa Ash, and she looked amazing. Everything from the tan, to her hair, to her facial beauty, to her suit was really well done here. Her muscles looked really full and tight, and when she hit the side chest poses, the amount of definition and symmetry she had in her arms was astounding. She looked very complete, and brought an extremely small and tapered waist that really added to her overall aesthetic. She brought lots of size and separation in the legs, especially in the side poses, and her back development was also really on point. I'm not sure if it's the angle or the lighting, but I would have liked to see a little bit more definition in the glutes and hamstrings, and she might want to focus in on her midsection just a little bit more. Even though her V-taper made her waist look tiny, it may have been at the expense of muscle density and definition in the core. MayLa started off in figure, then progressed to physique, which ultimately led her to pursue bodybuilding. After winning first this weekend, she's now qualified for the Olympia. So you know what that means. She'll be stepping on stage with Miss Pretty Muscle and Natalia Kovaleva. And I can't wait. So congrats, MayLa. In second place was last year's champion, Michaela Aycock. And we love Michaela on this channel. I mean, how could you not? Check out my video biography of Michaela. It's one of my best performing videos to date. I was definitely disappointed she didn't take home the W here. She was defending her title from last year, and I don't know, man. It looks like she had MayLa beat in most of these poses, especially from a size perspective. I don't actually know because I wasn't there in person, so maybe the lighting was different, or it came across differently in the photos and videos. But several people online thought Michaela had this one in the bag, even during pre-judging. I've been following Michaela's transformation on IG, and I've definitely seen how much additional size she's been able to put on in the past couple months. If you follow her too, you know exactly what I mean. The videos of her doing leg exercises are absolutely crazy. Eye-popping even. She's added a lot of size. Even more crazy is the separation and vascularity in her quads. You can see every vein she has in her legs when she lifts. On stage, it literally looks like her muscles are too big for her frame now. And honestly, I love that bulky, super muscular look. This is a girl that does everything right with her attitude and with her training. It just so happened she got outplaced by MayLa this time. And who knows about that? What I do know is this was a much bigger and better Michaela for sure. And it's one of my favorite looks she's brought so far. Her strong points are definitely her biceps, chest, glutes, and legs. Her abs were a little bit blocky in between poses when she wasn't flexing, which is uncommon for her because she's always known for the vacuum poses. If she focused on controlling her midsection a little bit more, it really would make all the difference, especially transitioning in between poses. I also would have loved to see a little bit more development in her mid-back, particularly the lat spread and back double bi. But nonetheless, she looked great. Unfortunately, she didn't win, and she'll have to qualify for the Olympia by winning first at another national qualifier, or by accumulating points. And it's so like Michaela not to get upset about her placing, and she already made this post about it, thanking the judges and reaffirming her conquest to achieve the perfect body. She's got the heart of a champion. We all love you, Michaela, and you looked beautiful. So excited to see what other improvements she can make. And who wouldn't love to see her top 3 at the Olympia? In third was Selyka Givan, and she brought a great physique. She really impressed the heck out of me here because, spoiler alert, she's over 40 years old. I'd say she just needs to up her game a little bit more with the hair and makeup to compete with Michaela and MayLa. That aside, she looked super thick here, and I absolutely loved that she hit some of the classic poses, like most muscular and the crucifix pose. She had a very artsy style of posing, which was cool, but honestly I wish she would have hesitated just a little bit more in the poses that showcased her size. Sometimes she'd be in and out of poses so quickly, and you just want to see more, especially with her most muscular pose. She looked really thick and impressive throughout the upper body, and I felt like her flighty posing didn't do all her hard work the justice it deserved. She had that same thickness in her legs and glutes, but needed to come in a little bit more ripped, striated, and conditioned in those areas to crack the top 2. But all in all, a great finish for this lovely lady, and her size really impressed me here. This isn't the last we'll see of Selyka, more on that in a minute. In fourth was Desunka Dawson, who also brought a really beautiful look. She just didn't have quite enough size to make her more of a threat to the top 3, but she still looked really pretty here. Her size was more on par with that of a physique competitor. I think if she was able to add more size and definition, she could have some real potential. She has a really small and tight waist, and it really lend itself well to wider shoulders, bigger arms, and bulging quads. Still, she looked great here, and the only reason I critique these women the way I do is because I'd like to see them move up and win one day, so congrats on 4th, Desunka. In 5th place was LaDawn McDay, and she looked really good here all things considered, but if you ask me, her midsection was a little bit too flat to crack the top 4. Usually when bodybuilders have extremely flat stomachs, the cuts of their abs tend to match and break up some of the flatness, but LaDawn was missing some of those cuts in the abdominals that really give that crazy separated look. I also would have liked to see more symmetry and definition in the glutes and hamstrings. Overall, she had a good basic structure. There just needs to be more size to give her physique more of that X shape the judges are looking for. Lots of black beauties in this show, and LaDawn did a really nice job of rounding out the top 5 here. So yeah, some very exciting finishes in the open division. Can't wait to see MayLa at the Olympia, and I hope Michaela can qualify soon, because she's one of my faves, and it really put my mind at ease knowing she was already qualified. Although I think Michaela should have been higher, all these ladies did a great job of representing the sport, and for the most part, we're able to congratulate one another on bringing unbelievable physiques. Let's move on to the Women's Bodybuilding Masters 40+. It looks like all the women who competed in the Masters division also competed in Open as well. Selyka Givan took first, which is awesome. She was the only competitor from the Masters to place top 5 in the Open this year. And I guess I'm not sure how things would work for Masters winners at qualifier shows. I'm not sure if winning will qualify her for the Masters Olympia, which is happening next month in August, or if she'll automatically qualify for the Olympia in Florida this November, if they're even doing a Masters division this year. I can't wait to see what she brings, and like I said earlier, I hope she hits her most muscular poses for an extended period. Her size and choice of poses definitely reminds me of Shireen Martis, and I love it when these women get more expressive in showing their strength, like these two have. In 2nd place was Wendy Sanchez, who placed just outside of the top 5, in 6th place in the Open. Check her out in this picture right next to Michaela. From this angle, her arms almost look bigger than Michaela's. That's why I say I don't truly know about these results, because I wasn't there. Bodybuilding is an illusion, but illusion or not, Wendy brought some incredible development in her arms. The heads of her biceps look really big and full, so great job, Wendy. In 3rd place was Tamara Maker, who ended up finishing last in 7th place out of 7 total competitors in the Open. Not like that's a bad thing. This was definitely one of the toughest lineups I've seen in 2023 outside the New York Pro and the Vancouver Island Showdown. All I know is she did a fantastic job with her development, especially considering her age, and displayed a physique that most guys in their 20s would kill for. So overall, some great finishes in women's bodybuilding in Atlanta. The next video is going to be about women's physique. There's not much to go on for this division, so it might be a shorter video, depending on what I can find. So please like the video if you enjoyed it. Do you agree with the placings here? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe. There's lots of exciting women's bodybuilding events coming up real soon. So keep it right here for more great women's strength and bodybuilding content.